You know, as I look out into the crowd, I just wish that the families of gun violence in this city got this much attention, because that's who really deserves the amount of attention that we're giving to this particular incident.
Every Tuesday for the past 18 months, I sit here having a chat with Rudy, although it is a very one-way chat, and talk to him about the crazy world that we live in, where our freedom of speech is slowly being eroded. Since Christmas, Rudy wanted to have a drink with me, and that is why I have a shot of whiskey next to me. It is really me putting G-Mann's point of view across, and the rest of you are either supporters or haters of this channel. Everyone loves a committed supporter. I mean, it validates the work that you're doing, and it's cool to read comments with my father like, "Who else hits the like button before the video even starts?" Or, "I always hit the like button first thing when I am watching G-Mann's video because they are guaranteed to make me laugh or at least entertain in general." And then you get the trolls. You know the ones, those hateful mouthpiece for neo-masculinity, sitting in their sad basement room, hunched over a computer, typing anything they want to upset, trying to infuriate or anger people like me, while his mum makes him a whipped cream sandwich. Last week, I posted a video on my thoughts around a female paramedic who parked her Ambo outside of Tesco's on double yellow lines. Well, the fighting gloves came out, and I must say, while most of you were able to articulate an argument against my viewpoint, like Gareth, who writes, "G-Man, I normally piss myself laughing at your videos, but I'm only 5 minutes 12 into this one and it has pissed me right off already. Being from the UK where this happened and also working for one of the other emergency services, I am going to obviously side on the paramedic side." Or Stu Gray, he writes, "Hi G-Man, I'm a paramedic, and although I do agree that we are at the mercy of the Road Traffic Act just like everyone else, even on duty, I have a few things I need to make clear here," and so on. Sam Council also writes, "I'm sorry G-Man, I have to disagree," etc, etc. And finally, Adams Deacon, who writes, "Okay Gerald, we've had our couple of years of agreeing, but this one is not 100%. I do happen to know that parking wardens do have a quote of tickets that they need to give out in the UK for either a bonus or pay, so they are used to do more than their job." Now don't get me wrong, these people know how to construct a sentence, put forward a good argument without the need to be slanderous or use grade 10 foul-mouthed language. If you want that sort of language, why don't you just head over to Gary V's channel.
Let's fucking provide value right the fuck now. Too busy for my fucking dick. Fuck you.
Who I think has a great message, but thinks using fuck every minute is cool. Each to their own. I invite disagreement, and I have even signed off saying, and as usual, comment, like, subscribe, downvote, unsubscribe, troll, do what you gotta do. So let's talk about the weak, insecure, uneducated, and pathetic twonks. Never heard of that word before, twonk. I love it. Kevin Pawsey, you're a, is that plonk? Pillock? Plank? Oh, punk. You're a punk. And by the way, Kevin, that would be your. One day they could be saving a life, and let's just hope, sorry Kevin, an apostrophe needs to go there. Let's just hope it's not yours. Oh, and one needs to go there also. Let's just hope it's not yours one day. But first, I hope that they, Kevin, capital I, let's just hope it's not yours one day. But first, I hope that they have to hunt around for a safe parking spot first. Sounded a bit odd when you used the word first twice, but that's okay. It's grade 7 stuff. Michael Flaming Sword. Gerald, you are an unreasonable tyrant. An unreasonable tyrant. Why are you not keeping your mouth shut over private car parks who issue unenforceable invoices? Private car parks are a scam. Why not look into that? A. What self-invented law are they enforcing? The suspicion is now that you have private shares in car parks unless proven otherwise. You can post your evidence and facts and likely lies here and under my post so everyone can read it here. And private car parks also break in the DVLA database with ANPR cameras to get your personal information that is none of their business. You don't know anything. You can see that anyone with a car can pass, regardless the double yellow lines. Next time when you drive your truck and you had finished your bottle of water already and you get so thirsty after that and have to pee, let's see where you park your truck, you selfish, self-righteous, evil man. Hope your next trip will be in an ambulance with no water in it. Pin that here. I dare you. But I know you are hiding behind your recording camera to justify your stories. Coward! Exclamation mark. Hey Michael Flaming Sword, why don't you just join me on a Zoom or Messenger video chat? I just want to be 100% sure it's you. I'm just concerned that your account might have been hacked by a deranged individual. I know only cowards hide behind their computer screen, so call me. Go on. What about philosophical? Oh, aren't you clever? I see what you did there. I think you meant to say Phil-latio. See what I did there? Anywho. Mate, you have shown you're a total fuckwit. Well, I'm glad I'm a total fuckwit and not a partial one. Nobody wants to be a partial fuckwit. Seriously, taking the side of the dirty piece of shit curry muncher FOB. FOB? Is that like father of bride? Oh, fresh off the boat. Grade 7 language. That's cool. You're good. That's really good. FOB. A fob. I'd laugh if that dirty curry muncher roots your daughter. Roots? Roots? Who says roots? No ambulance for you or your daughter after she gets a disease. Hey Phil, I'm just a bit concerned. Do I need an ambulance if she has a disease? Wouldn't you just take some antibiotics? Oh, these couple are clever. From Peter Jamison. G-Mann, hey, come on, double N. G-Mann, you're a jerk. And Mr. Knowles. G-Mann, again, double N. G-Mann, you're a complete bellend. Now, Mr. Knowles, it's your, and at least I'm not an incomplete bellend. What would that look like? What about Mr. So-say? Is that like, and so say all of us? And so say all of us. And so say all. Gerald Pauschmann, you're an idiot. Leave YouTube, spend the time that you have left with your family, get old gracefully, and laugh this all off. Oh, hang on. I have one from Jane Faulkner. You ready? Gerald, just a few words. You're a nonce. Jane. I expected better from you. Let me help you. You're a nonce. What's a nonce? Used by prison staff to explain the segregation of inmates who were convicted of sex crimes towards children and other inmates. Not on normal communal exercise. That is so lame. That is so bad. Nonce. Unlike some people, I find the whole troll thing a bit banal. I know it is your intention to say racist, inflammatory, or otherwise socially inappropriate things online. And you must be impressed that you can say anything that you want online while remaining anonymous, because it drives your need to be more deviant. You know you are a minority, and that hurts you. So for you to get any kind of gratification, it feels good to think that you can cut it with the big boys while playing in the sandpit with 4-year-olds. That was really unkind to 4-year-olds. We all know that you want a platform where you can express to the world what you think about me, my channel, and my opinions. You know you are weak and insipid. You want control, power, the attention, but can't seem to get any traction because you are devoid of any intelligence. I've said this before, the troll's need for gratification can only be done with destructive behaviour. There is only one thing lower than a troll, and that is Jussie Smollett. Everyone is covering this story, and I wouldn't do it justice, but I know why he did it. It wasn't for a pay rise, it wasn't to highlight the racial divide, and it wasn't about homophobic rants. It was all over his name. Jussie. Who calls their son Jussie? Maybe his parents were from New Zealand. Mr. and Mrs. Smollett, what would you like on his birth certificate? Can we just call him Jussie? You mean Jesse? Yes, Jussie. Are you sure you want Jussie? Yes, Jussie.
Connect the dots. This is what happens. If you are in a position of power and you hate people and you want to cause suffering to them, You go through the trouble. You spend your career trying to cause suffering. What do you think is going to happen?
Jussie Smollett does not have depression or a drug problem or even a mental illness. He is lower than a troll. The resemblance is uncanny. In fact, in comparison, trolls are actually lovely people. From now on, I will be referring to people who say slanderous things, who bully, hurt, or want to elevate their status in an attempt to put others down as a Jussie or a Smollett. So I'll say things like, I've just been Jussied. Hey Jussie, from one man to another, and that's rich calling you a man now, you are a weak piece of human waste. Oh, and I have no doubt that before this video even gets past the annoying ad at the beginning, some of you have already downvoted it as a sign of strength. Did it feel good? Is it now time to jump onto another person's video and Jussie them as well? I have invited vegans, the LGBT community, snowflakes, paramedics, and now trolls. Sorry, Jussies, to join me here to have a chat about, well, anything that they disagree with when I post a new video. To date, they have been all talk, which of course is how they roll. You see, because intelligent people have discussions, debates and disagreements, whereas the ones with the grammar and spelling of a 2-year-old, again G-Mann, that is really unkind to 2-year-olds. The only way they can gratify themselves is to hide under their bed sheets with a torch, squeezing their pimples, and only dream about being a real man while living with mummy. I have some good hardcore advice for the trolls that will actually help you get ahead in life. Learn to spell and try to string a sentence together, and you might actually make sense. Move out from mummy's basement, and it might be time to get an upgrade from your single bed. Get some sun. The glow from your computer and mobile devices are not doing anything for your health. And finally, join me here to use your free speech to put your point across. What was that? Oh, you want me to go and have sex with myself? Okay, I might actually video that for you. Do I want you to stop? Hell no, are you crazy? You are the source of my entertainment and a couple of thousand people who watch my videos. So come on, I'll keep the seat warm. I guess I just want to shake off that coward impression that you have of me. Oh, before I go, for every person that has been trolled, regardless of age or gender, you can take this simple little step. Just think. These people are toxic and they won't be invited to your next Christmas party. In saying that, I welcome your opposing viewpoints. You really can't offend me, but you can educate me. Can we just go to the scoreboard on that last video with the paramedic? Close to 16,000 views, 942 upvotes, 100 downvotes. And to answer some of your questions, no, I'm not a paramedic, and no, I don't understand the Roads Traffic Act in the UK. So I'll just leave the last word to Tina Gallagher, who writes, how can there be 2 comments already and no views? Yeesh. I'm a former paramedic, and I know where to and not to park. On call, it's left with the engine running and the lights flashing. Not on call, the crew is supposed to use a parking space. The parking attendant wouldn't necessarily give a ticket for that. The parking attendant was right, the paramedic was wrong, and so were the people in the car park. How do you handle trolls and bullies? I know some people have said to me, G-Mann, don't feed the troll, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Comment below. Also, thumb up or down this episode, share, subscribe, or if you need to show us how insecure you are, just simply Jussie us. We understand. It's because you're weak, or as the trolls would put it, you're weak. See what I did there? Now go away and join the dots. I'm Gerald Pauschmann for The Point TV. Cheers, Rudy.